And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Friday, December 3rd. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. Friday morning, the sun is shining, and it's going to be a fantastic day. We're glad to have you with us. Glad to be on the air for Wilson Bank and Trust. This morning, we want to meet Mandy Blake. Mandy Blake. I almost said Amanda, and that just occurred to me. Amanda Blake was the lady on Gunsmoke, right?
It was the lady on Gunsmoke, yes.
Well, this is Mandy Blake, so that's the way everybody's going to remember your name. Now, good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's nice to have you with us today, and of course, you are the assistant manager for the Badua Parkway branch of Wilson Bank and Trust.
Yes, sir.
And why don't you tell us just a little bit about you, because you hadn't worked at the bank all your life, not at this bank anyway.
No, I have been in banking previously for 17 years, and then I took 8 years off to be with my 4 boys. And I have worked for Alan, the branch manager there at Badua, in my previous banking career. So I am back with Alan now. 2 years working for Wilson Bank.
Mm-hmm. And, excuse me, and recently promoted, I understand.
Yes, sir. 3 weeks ago.
To be the assistant manager. Oh, okay, well, that gives a little more responsibility, and I guess, I don't know whether longer hours, but a little more responsibility, huh?
Yes, sir. A little bit more.
Well, what all you want to tell us this morning?
We are here this morning to let the community know that our open house is back this year throughout all of our Wilson Bank offices. Our open house will be on December 10th and 11th. We will be setting up and serving muffins in the morning, cupcakes, beverages in the afternoon. This will be all day. Each of our offices will also, there'll be a drawing for a $100 MasterCard gift card at every office with our open house. We're particularly excited at Badua because we actually just went through a complete remodel in the branch. So we are completely new inside our office, so we're excited to share that with the community. And I know all the officers are excited for the community to be back in and us doing our open house again.
Oh, yeah, and as I look at the calendar on the wall over there, that's next Friday.
Next Friday and Saturday. So even on Saturday, we may have little giveaways through our drive-thrus. So be something to look forward to on Saturday as well.
Well, I guess you continue to do this, and the community comes out, and they appreciate being appreciated. Is that a good word?
Absolutely. And we love to be able to be involved back in the community after last year and what all we went through last year. It has been exciting to do our Oktoberfest again, and now we're back to our open houses. We actually had our bank Christmas party last night, so it's been good to be back together.
Yeah. Your particular branch there, you're at a busy location, and I got a feeling you stay pretty busy most of the day.
We are one of our top busiest offices. I think we are our second oldest office outside of the main office as well. Mm-hmm. So yes, we stay pretty busy there.
How many people does it take to keep things going?
There are 8. We have a staff of 8 there. Mm-hmm. So.
All right. Well, of course, you lend money. People do savings accounts. They do other things.
We do everything there at Badua. We can lend. We do our checking savings. We have affiliates with Raymond James or THW. So, yes, we do it all there at Badua in every office.
What do you like about banking the most? That's a tough question.
I love the interaction with the people, with the customers. You get to know them on a personal level, and you get to help them, especially starting out. You get to help them establish themselves and their financial stability throughout their life. I mean, that's where it starts.
And then a lot of times, I guess, people depend on, they come to you for home loans, and especially those who do that for the first time.
You get to see, especially when you start young, you get to see them through the stages in life. Whether it's starting college or coming out of school, starting college, marriage, all those steps in life. And we're there to be able to provide everything through each of those steps they need.
Okay, why don't you here in our last minute this morning remind everybody again the open house and do the whole 9 yards. here.
Okay. Yep. Open house next Friday, Saturday, December 10th and 11th. We will be having a $100 MasterCard gift card at every office. So this is all of our offices will be doing an open house.
So you
serving light refreshments all throughout the day.
how do you, is there a registration form or how do you?
There will be the registration in the office. We will actually have a QR code where you can scan and put in your information, and then it just goes right into a drawing for each office.
And then somebody's going to win that $100 gift card at each office.
At each office, yes,
All right.
sir.
Well, you're going to be giving away quite a bit of money.
They are.
Anything else you got for us? That it?
I think that's it. Just everyone come out and see us just to say hi.
All right, next Friday and Saturday.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for being with us this morning. Mandy Blake, the Assistant Manager for the Badura Parkway branch of Wilson Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. They're still here, still independent, still committed to you. Excellence in banking since 1987. Thank you.
Thank you, Coleman.
Okay, with that, it is 10 minutes after the hour, and I want to introduce my guests for the first half this morning. First of all, the lady who called and said she needed some time, and we're glad to accommodate her, and that would be CW5 retired Rita Wilson.
Good morning, Coleman.
Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
Completely?
Completely.
Sergeant go in there?
No, that's John.
Oh, all right.
I was a sergeant and proud of it at one time.
CW5 is not private, corporal, sergeant, lieutenant. It's something else.
It's a commissioned officer, but it's Chief Warrant Officer 5.
Okay. All right. Sergeant retired John Marshall. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
It's nice to see you this morning. And,
Good to see you.
We welcome you to our program. And I'm going to call you Rita.
Please.
You've been here a few times before.
Yes, sir.
And it's nice, again, to see both of you. Well, let's get to what you're here for.
Well, we're here to talk about the Wilson Warrior Foundation breakfast, and it is happening tomorrow at the National Guard Armory at 1010 Leeville Pike. And it will be serving breakfast from 8 to 10 a.m. Come, get your breakfast, have a seat, stay the whole time, or come, eat and leave. There's no planned agenda except for a small program that will be at 9 a.m. And Clark Boyd is going to speak to the crowd. He is a veteran. He was a member of the 278th. And prior to that, he was active duty. And we're proud to have him come and speak to us tomorrow.
All right. I think this is something you've been doing. This is not your first breakfast.
No, sir. This is our 8th annual breakfast. We did not have it last year due to COVID. And so this year, one thing I wanted to make sure and get out there is it is for donation only. Small donation, no donation, large donation. We want to make sure that we have the Wilson Countyans come and take part and enjoy the company and supporting the veterans. We want to give back to those that have supported us in the past. Plus, we want to get information during this time, hoping to get information on any veterans who are active, retired, deceased, that possibly need their names put on the monuments at the Wilson County Veterans Memorial Plaza located at the Veterans Museum.
Right. Adjacent to the courthouse.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, that again is tomorrow, the Veterans Breakfast hosted by the Wilson Warriors, and donations only. So
Yes, sir.
But if you want to make a big donation, that'll be fine.
Oh, that would be very welcomed. Very welcomed.
8 to 10 at the National Guard Armory. All right, Sergeant John Marshall. What I take it you're one of the Wilson Warriors.
Yes, Coleman, I am. I'm usually the chairman of the flags that we put out the Saturday before Veterans Day at cemeteries across Wilson County. And this year we were fortunate enough to do Jones Hill Cemetery in Watertown. Wilson County Memorial Gardens in Cedar Grove with the help of Sergeant McComas and the Lebanon Air Force Junior ROTC.
How long did it take to do that?
Jones Hill took about 2 hours, and the other cemeteries took us about 2.5. So it wasn't bad at all. It was a beautiful day.
2.5 each, or?
2.5 hours for both.
Oh, okay.
We had a good group show up. About 20 of the Lebanon Air Force Junior ROTC showed up, and they were tremendous help because they're much younger and much more agile to get around than some of us.
Well, let me ask. I'll ask Rita this. The veterans apparently appreciate this breakfast because I think they've been showing up for 7 years, and you're hoping to have a big crowd, of course, tomorrow.
Yes, sir. We have veterans, but we also have families of those veterans, and Wilson County is one of the most supportive counties of just wanting to do things to help veterans. They want to be involved, and we want to thank them, and we want to keep them involved and let them know what we're doing, and that this money that they have been giving to us goes to a good cause.
And as far as the flags being put on the graves of the veterans, I would think the families show quite a bit of appreciation.
We had
for
a
that
lot
as
of
well.
families show up, and they were thanking us for what we were doing for their loved ones, and they were just very appreciative of what we were doing.
Okay, great. With that, we'll take our break, and we'll talk more with my guest in a moment on Coleman and Company FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Beats Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. It's $49.95 up to 5 quarts oil, tax and disposal. They do a tire rotation and safety check too. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic's on the increase out here in the normal spot. 65 south at Trinity Lane. Watch your speed. I-40 coming in through Kingston Springs right now. Lots of radar. Still working just a couple of accidents out here. 24th at Eden. That should be out there in just a few minutes. Gatlinburg Wine Cellars, home of the world famous cotton candy wine. They have other flavors. Check them out today at GatlinburgWineCellars.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
I'll be home.
Precious Christmas memories of going to the woods and cutting down the cedar tree that we picked out in July. I can still smell the cedar fragrance.
The smell of chocolate pies that Granny made in the old black iron skillet. Stringing popcorn and wrapping sycamore balls, fruitcake, oranges and apples, and a candy cane in your stocking.
Make some memories with your family this year.
Call Judy Cox or Medina Himmentoller at Exit Rocky Top Realty. C&D Team 443-3130.
Hi, I'm Mark Hinesley, president of the Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce. What are your favorite small businesses or restaurants in Lebanon, Mount Juliet, and Watertown? TNCommunity.com can give you local places for all of your shopping needs this season.
Hi, I'm Melanie Minter, president and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, and I invite everyone to visit the website TNCommunity.com. If you're a business in Wilson County, we want to promote you. If you're a consumer in Wilson County, we encourage you to shop, eat, and play all day, every day. 9
local banks join forces again by partnering with all 3 chambers and plan to execute the TN Community Initiative encouraging you to shop small businesses.
Please choose which participating businesses you want to support. Check out Shop, Eat, and Play businesses in Lebanon,
Mount Juliet,
and Watertown.
Every business was a small business. Let's support our community by coming together to support our friends and neighbors. Pick up your bucks at any participating bank location. For more information regarding the TN Community Initiative, call any Chamber of Commerce in Wilson County.
Coleman and Company, it is a Friday morning, and with me this morning, CW5 retired Rita Wilson and Sergeant retired John Marshall. We're talking about the Veterans Breakfast hosted by the Wilson Warriors, which will be tomorrow, Saturday, December 4th at the National Guard Armory. I take it most people, especially if you're in the military, they're familiar with the National Guard Armory, aren't they? It's pretty visible out there on Level Pike.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most people are familiar with it. There are several new residents of Wilson County that possibly may not know where it is, and that's why we want to make sure that we give the address as often as possible.
Yeah.
Which is 1010 Level Pike.
You start promptly at 8. Some people like to be early. Do you start serving before 8 o'clock?
As soon as it's ready,
Oh, okay.
it will be served. We will be there. John and I will be there Lindsey Roberts, Terry Ash, Sue Vanetta, Jerry McFarland, Mike Kurtz, Mike Owen, Bam Wins, who is a new member, Lance Jenkins, Pastor Kubik, who is also on the police force, Sheriff's Department, and they will also be there. And we'll be ready to help answer any questions as far as getting names added to the walls of those monuments or by a brick, and not just for those individuals that we support due to lack of funds, but also a family member or an individual, whether he be active duty, retired, or the family has a deceased member, are eligible to have their names placed on those walls.
We ever going to run out of space there?
When we do, we buy new monuments, which we've done a couple of times in the past already. It's very successful. We're having more and more visitors there, also at the museum, which then includes the Memorial Plaza.
Right.
We have several tours during the month, during the year, of students within Wilson County, and the word is getting out.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Wilson Warriors himself. You are part of that, Sergeant John Marshall.
Yes, sir, I am.
How long?
I've been a member of Wilson Warriors for about 5 years now.
Well, what all's involved in being a member?
Well, the main thing is the breakfast like we do, and then we last year was our first annual golf tournament that we did at the Lebanon Country Club, and we had a good time, had a very good success, and we're going to do it again this year. But like Chief Wilson was saying, we raise all the money to help veterans locally put their names on the wall, or help their families in need, and or buy a monument like we talked about. We have voted on and approved to buy another monument for the Tennessee maneuvers to put up there. You know, Jerry McFarland is very committed to history in Wilson County and the Tennessee maneuvers, and so we're going to put a monument up there to recognize the Tennessee maneuvers and the sacrifices of those men and women that died during that exercise here in Tennessee.
All right. Well, it seems like as you go along, you pick up something else to do, maybe, or looking for other ways to
Oh, yes, sir. We're always looking for ways to help in the community and help veterans, and educate the community about Wilson County and its history with veterans. Because as we said about the Tennessee maneuvers, Wilson County played a huge part in the Tennessee maneuvers. Getting people prepared for World War II.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, talk about you a little bit. Your career. You're retired now.
I am retired, Coleman. I started out in the Tennessee Army National Guard in 2001, deployed with the Tennessee Army National Guard to Iraq, and then I retired a few years ago from the Tennessee Army National Guard, and then I went back to work for them as a civilian.
Okay.
So,
well, you must, if you're going back to work for them, you must at least partly like the military.
Well, it's the camaraderie and the people, and it's just the camaraderie is the big thing. You know what to expect, and it's good people to work with.
But you're not a Beetle Bailey.
No, sir.
I still enjoy that comic.
It's a good comic strip.
CW5, Rita Wilson. Tell us a little bit about you. You've had a career here too.
Yes, sir. I had 36 years with the Tennessee Army National Guard, and started my career in a medical unit as an assistant in the office. It was an admin unit assistant. When I retired, I was assigned to the legal administrator position with the United States Judge Advocate General's office at the Pentagon in D.C., which also at the same time I worked in Nashville at the state headquarters in the headquarters Judge Advocate General's office, working with the attorneys and alongside some of the civilian attorneys, legal professionals in the state of Tennessee and in D.C.
Well, you must, in that position, got a great taste of all that goes on background-wise, what all is involved in getting things done, the procedure you go through and all of that.
Yes, sir, you learn a lot. One of the best things that I learned growing up helped me with my military career is to listen and help those that you can help and guide those that you can guide, and just keep on moving. Just keep on moving.
Well, I take it that being a part of the Wilson Warriors kind of continues. It's still a connection for you to the military.
Yes, sir. And as John said, there's a camaraderie. There's a family there. And we disseminate information to each other, even as retirees, National Guard, active duty. It really doesn't fluctuate with us. If you are a veteran, which if you raised your right hand, you are a veteran.
Yeah.
And we just have a different language. We may be in a crowd and just speak to each other and from across the room. It's not a big deal. It's, hey.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that still disturbs me is when I hear somebody who served in Southeast Asia, Vietnam, when they came home, get out of the uniform as soon as possible, and the way that they were treated in this country. I mean, it wasn't their choice to go. They did that, serving the country, and had to go. And even if people didn't agree with the war, with the political situation in Washington D.C. at the time, they deserve recognition and honor, and not have to take that uniform off to be criticized, to keep from being criticized.
I agree.
Yeah.
But from that, I think, and I also believe that our society overall learned a very valuable lesson for years to come.
Yeah.
That the importance of our service members to the foundation of our country, to the foundation of our families, is the most honorable thing that an individual has in their life. And that we should thank those that served, all those that served, whether they were at the lowest rank or the highest rank, they served. And the families of those individuals, the ones that had Christmas and birthdays and skint knees, and their mother, father, brother, grandparent were gone. There's nobody to cry to, because they're trying to protect the masses,
right.
not the ones.
Anything you want to add to that, Sergeant John Marshall?
Yes, sir. I want to add that we want to recognize Wilson County Sheriff's Department for their No Shave November that has been extended to No Shave November, December. They're a huge supporter of our breakfast, and the officers at the Wilson County Sheriff's Department pay money to not shave. And so if you see an officer with a beard on, it's for a good cause. The money's donated to Wilson Warriors every year. And I just want to recognize the Wilson County Sheriff's Department.
All right. We got about 2 minutes here to wrap it up, but we've been talking about the Veterans Breakfast, and in line with that, the Wilson Warriors, who are sponsoring it, and some of the things. There are some problems that veterans have, and tomorrow at this breakfast, if there's something that needs to be addressed, that's again, I think what you said is part of why you're doing it, why you're there.
If they have problems, there is information we can give them,
Mm-hmm.
people to contact within our county, which Sabrina C.
Mm-hmm.
and Lindsay Roberts, who work at the Veteran Service Office, who will be more than happy to assist, and they are very, very good at what they do, and they have contacts of their own they can make and information of their own. But any questions someone has, we'll do our best tomorrow if they have questions, of course.
Right. All right. Again, no fee. You don't have to pay for this. If you're a veteran or veterans' family members, welcome to.
No, everyone is welcome.
Right,
it's to the public, everyone.
Okay. All right. Even if you're not a veteran, it's okay.
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
And this is going to be at the National Guard Armory, 1010 Leeville Pike, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and breakfast will be served whenever it gets ready, but in the neighborhood of 8 o'clock.
In the neighborhood, yes, sir.
That's right.
But there will be an opportunity for donations.
Yes, sir, at the
And
door.
That helps keep the ball rolling, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. We appreciate y'all being with us this morning. And again, Veterans Breakfast hosted by Wilson Warriors tomorrow morning, 8 to 10, as we've said. And our thanks this morning to CW5 Rita Wilson, retired, and Sergeant retired John Marshall. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Coleman.
Thank you.
Okay, that is going to do it for part one, but stay with us. We've got more here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Absolute Kubota. They've got large inventory of new and used Kubota mowers, RTVs, tractors, hay equipment, and more. Come in Saturday. Free popcorn. Check out the new Kubota products. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. We're up here in Robertson County looking at this crash here on 65 southbound at the 112 mile marker. It's got traffic crazy slow trying to get down 65 southbound through Robertson County right now at the 112. From the looks of it, this crash is going to be out here for a while. Still working with a truck crash near Bucks North. That's going to be in Humphreys County 40 East at the 144. That's got traffic a little slow coming in from Jackson, Tennessee this morning towards Nashville. Gatlinburg Wine Cellar, home of the world famous cotton candy wine. Check them out at GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck, you're on time traffic.
You have a vision. We have the financing to make it happen. At Wilson Bank and Trust, we have the resources that individuals, families, and businesses need to grow and achieve their goals. As an independent local community bank, we're able to provide loans with great rates, fast decision-making, and personal service from one of our local friendly lenders. We believe in the power of possibility. It's why we say yes more often. Wilson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Caring for a loved one is as natural as the weather. But just like the weather, one moment it's sunny and the next you find yourself in the middle of a storm. So when it came time to take care of my dad, I knew I needed help. A reprieve from the storm, so to speak. That's when I found the Pavilion Senior Living. They have expertise and experience to weather the storms in your loved one's life. And now I can rest easy. Thank you, Pavilion Senior Living. You should visit thepavilionseniorliving.com to find out more.
Hello, we are A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction, community trusted since 1977.
One of the real joys of the holiday season is the opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for your business.
And most importantly, your trust in us.
From everyone at A.G. & Johnson, we wish you a happy holiday season.
Merry Christmas! Happy New Year!
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Happy holiday season!
The Dancing Lights of Christmas and Santa's Village is back for their 12th annual celebration of the magical Christmas season. With over 2 million lights spanning a 2.5-mile route, all perfectly synchronized to some rockin' Christmas tunes, you'll experience the dazzling sights and sounds of the Dancing Lights of Christmas from inside the comfort of your own vehicle. And for the first time ever, helicopter rides are available where you can see the lights dance from the sky. The Dancing Lights of Christmas and Santa's Village at the Wilson County Fairgrounds, 5 p.m. nightly, including all holidays. More info at thedancinglightsofchristmas.com.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medore Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
It's finally Friday, and today's forecast calls for mostly sunny skies with highs topping out near 70 degrees. On Saturday, skies will be partly cloudy with a slight chance of rain. For Sunday, a few scattered showers are possible with temperatures in the mid-60s. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's Look at Your Forecast. I'm meteorologist T.J. Scott.
And we continue here on this Friday morning. Thanks for joining us. Our friends from Exit Rocky Top Realty are here, two of them at least, our two best friends off the C&D team. We've got, of course, we've got Miss Judy and we've got Medina this morning. Judy Cox, Medina Hemmentoller. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
It is good to see you.
Doesn't even feel like winter out there, does it?
Yeah.
Woo! It's like
But-
springtime.
Well, that's all right with me. I don't like cold weather anyway.
Well, it's going to be perfect for all the events on the square this weekend. It's
Yeah.
going to be just like the Lifetime movies. It's going to be perfect. You just got to come down and see what it's like to live in Lebanon.
Well, since you mentioned this, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I got this from Mayor Bell's office, and there's some extra parking space available for people who will be doing this. And if I can rattle my papers here a little bit, like Rush Limbaugh or something. The First Baptist Church parking lot, the Wilson County Archives parking lot, Shenandoah Mills parking lot, F&M Bank parking lot, and Wilson County Courthouse. They will all be available.
Yeah, because the square is going to be closed off, and it there's plenty of ways to get around the square, so everybody don't need to panic. You can get around the square without actually going around the square. So
Right.
it's going to be great. But the ice skating rink and lighting the tree and the choir singing and all the stores are going to be open. Can you imagine? It's just going to be like Lifetime. I can't wait.
Christmas movie in real life.
That's right. That's right.
All right, I don't know what that has to do with real estate, but
Well-
you are very community-minded people.
Well, we just love our community. I mean, even if I didn't sell real estate, I'd still be loving the community. So, but we were going to talk about, we're doing a little project with our letters to Santa this year. We have at our office on West Main Street, we have a big Santa Claus box. It's a Santa Claus mailbox. And what we're doing, we're working with the schools and if you haven't been notified by your school's teacher or anybody, what we're doing is people can drop their letters off in the mailbox, and you don't have to come in our office or anything. So it's just pull up in the parking lot, drop them off, and put them in the mailbox, and then December the 23rd, we're going to draw a letter from Santa, and that child will receive $150 cash.
Okay.
And then the teacher of that child will receive $300 for their classroom to be used in their classroom. So when you write your letter, put your student's name. The student needs to put their name at the top, and they need to put their teacher's name. And this is not for us. We don't want your email. We don't want all that stuff. So it's not going to be something that we're doing
we
to
use.
solicit business. We don't do it like that. So we just want you to, where we can at least contact you to say you've won and your teacher's name, and she uses the money for her classroom. Because all the teachers are always struggling for extra things for their classroom. And this way, we designated the $300 for the teacher to be used in their classroom. So it doesn't matter what school you go to or anybody from preschool, or if you can write enough to write a letter to Santa, all the way up, I think, to fourth grade. And if you can get those letters in the mailbox, we're going to cut them off December the 23rd. And if you decide you wrote a letter and you want to write another letter to him that you forgot something, put another letter in there. It doesn't matter. But we're going to do the drawing on December the 23rd before they're shipped to the North Pole. So just make sure if you're listening out there and you've got grandchildren, we had other day we pulled in the office and there was a lady there standing by her car, and we looked and there was the cutest little girl standing at the mailbox, and she had little high heel shoes on and lipstick, and she was putting her letter in the mailbox. So we told her mom, so can we make a picture real quick? And she was just the cutest thing dropping it off, and her mother said that she wanted to put it in there herself to make sure Santa got it. So that's what we're doing, a little promotion just to promote our teachers and our students for Christmas. So
It'd be nice if the parent took the picture of the child putting it in the mailbox and send it to us. That way we could see the little kids doing it. It's just, it makes you happy.
Because she was so proud to put it in there. She was just proud and had dressed up to go put her letter in the mailbox for Santa. But it's on our parking lot there in the office. You just pull up. You don't have to come inside. You can do it any time of the day, any time of the night. Just pull up and drop it in.
All right. We're
I'm
going to talk
gonna
about
let
any
Medina
real
talk
estate. Yeah, well, Medina, it's your turn.
Well, we have two listings I wanted to talk about, and one of them is on Lover's Lane. If you're looking for something on the outskirts of town, but you're close to town, you want something with acres, this one has 2 acres with it. This one has a manufactured home on a permanent foundation. This one, it's wooded. It is beautiful. You could take the mobile home off the property and build another house. You could live in the mobile home while you build another house. There's so many possibilities with this property. But it is listed at $279,900, and it's on Lovers Lane, right off of Rome Pike. So give us a call on that one. But like I said, it's something that if you're looking for acreage in a home, but not so close to everybody else, this is a property that you may be interested in. Then we have another one on Hartsville Pike that just went active this morning at 1706 Hartsville Pike, and it is $539,900, and it is 5 acres, bush hogged and livable and all that stuff, and then there's 2.7 acres that's wooded. So you have basically an extra lot along with the 5 acres, and it's a home with 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths, and it's a little over 3,600 square feet. And it's an open floor plan. It has a screened-in porch. It has a deck on it. It has, like I said, it's all open floor plan, and it's one level. And it's all hardwood. There's no carpet in the house either. So, and it sits off the road at Hartsville Pike, so you have some acreage. You're close to town, but you have your own space as well. And it also has 2 ponds. One is spring-fed, and one is just a regular pond.
All right.
But it's
Sounds nice.
$539,900. So give us a call. In between you go into the square activities, and in between you go into the mistletoe merchants at the expo this weekend, give us a call. We'd be glad to show you the houses.
All right. Very good. Well, somebody does answer that phone 24 hours a day. They're people you can trust, and you can have the last word today.
Remember, don't make a move without us.
It's both of them. All right. We'll see you next week. Thank you very much. All right. Judy Cox, Medina Hemmentola, the C&D team of Exit Rocky Top Realty. And we're about 19 minutes before the hour. I'm going to go to the phone for my guest on part 2 this morning. And Gail Hibbert, are you there?
I am. Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to hear your voice. And you are, of course, at the Expo Center, and you've got a few things to tell us this morning.
Well, I do. We are busy. That seems to be kind of something that I keep saying, but we definitely are busy. And if you don't already have a ton of stuff to do for the holiday season here in December and even going into January, we can take care of that for you. As the ladies just spoke to, we've got mistletoe merchants this weekend, and I expect a packed crowd this weekend. Now, some of that last-minute shopping for some people, or maybe you're just starting, it doesn't really matter. There's a lot to choose from. They always put on a great show. And then we roll into a gun show the weekend of December 11th and 12th, and then we roll into the reptile show the 18th and the 19th of December. And kick off the end of the year with a huge bang with the countdown to New Year's Eve party that will be in South Hall. And tickets are still available for that. So we definitely want people to focus on finding a way to come out to the expo this holiday season in December. And you can always round out that visit regardless of what you do and go to the Dancing Lights of Christmas and the Christmas Village. So that's what we're doing in December in our spare time.
Well, I hear that that you do stay quite busy keeping that place booked, and that I hear, I do hear a lot of good things about what you're doing, and I'm just wondering what is available if there. You do have, I guess, a little time in December that's available for somebody, but I'm not sure. Tell us.
Well, it's true. And, and that's a good question, because some people will look at, we've kind of modified how we do our online calendar. People will look at our online calendar, whether it's on our website or whether it's on Facebook, which MJ speaks to what's on Facebook often. And we started adding that we just have a private event because we want people to see that we are busy, but we do still have space available. It just kind of, I've got spaces that are probably a little more coveted, I guess, in getting them booked because of the nature of the types of events looking for venues to have their events at. In particular, that's the main exhibit hall, and more specifically, that's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's usually because they want a couple days set up, and then they want to be, have a show over the weekend for people to be able to attend. So that's probably the one area that, well, for example, January through May for the next 4 years, unless it's a holiday weekend, I don't have open. Yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, it's crazy good, and we're so excited that we're able to help so many people. But that still leaves the rest of the building. I mean, we still have South Hall, and we still have Monday through Wednesday with the main exhibit hall on that January through May, and more throughout the rest of the year. So I always tell people, first of all, keep an open mind, be flexible, plan ahead, and, give us a call, and we'll work with you and see what we can find for you. But if people have the ability to do some planning ahead, that makes it a little bit easier for us to help them. But we do have South Hall that has way more flexibility than some people realize. And so we always welcome people to give us a call, schedule a tour, come on out, see what we have to offer. I mean, we have 45,000 square feet in the main exhibit hall that divides into 2 rooms. And I've got South Hall, which has 7,000 square feet and divides into 4 rooms or 2, depending on what you need. And I got a 7,000-foot square corridor that, has flexibility beyond words. So that's one of the really cool things about our building is that it's kind of a blank canvas. What do you need it to be? I mean, we can go from a reptile show to a formal party, just by turning the room, cleaning it, and getting it ready and setting it up. So when you have that kind of flexibility, it makes you very appealing to a large market, which explains why we're busy.
All right. Gail, we need to take a break right here. Gail Hibbert with the Expo Center is with us this morning, and we'll talk more in a moment here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Bates Ford and the Lifetime Brake Pad Guarantee. With the purchase of a brake service, replacement brake pads will be provided at no cost for as long as the customer owns a vehicle. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. They're still working this truck crash, and from the looks of it, it's going to be up here for a while in Robertson County, 65 southbound at the 112 mile marker. Traffic's crazy slow through there. It's also very slow for folks trying to get in from Jackson, Memphis, down 40 eastbound through Humphreys County. There's been an 18-wheeler crash around the 144 mile marker in Humphreys County. That's near Bucks North. Everybody knows where that is. On I-40 eastbound, that's running pretty slow, trying to get over into Hickman County. Ripley's Aquarium, Sleep with the Sharks Family Edition, December 26th. Log on to Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies.com. I'm Commander Chuck, you're on time traffic.
Hi, I'm Mayor Rick Bell.
And I'm Sarah Haston, your Economic Development Director for the City of Lebanon.
And we're asking each of you to shop Lebanon this Christmas season.
Are you ready for the hustle and bustle, Mayor?
Absolutely. 'Tis the season, and I'm ready to get everyone checked off my list by shopping Lebanon and shopping small.
Well, it's definitely important to support our Lebanon business community.
Indeed. Our Lebanon businesses are the backbone of our community, and they support us all year.
That's right. Let's show some local love at Christmas. We are asking everyone to commit to give back by shopping your local retailers here in Lebanon.
Have a Merry Christmas from all of us at the City of Lebanon.
The Titans have a much-needed bye week to rest and heal up, but Sunday, December the 12th, they take the field at Nissan Stadium to take on their AFC South Division rival, Jacksonville. Coverage of Jags and Titans begins at 11 a.m. Mike Keith and Dave McGinnis call all the action. That's Sunday, December 12th, Tennessee and Jacksonville.
Brought to you by Fakes and Hooker, Bates Ford, Steve Ball Plumbing, the Jewelers, and the City of Lebanon Gas in Tennessee. 811. Call before you dig.
This is Titans Radio, 98.9 WANT.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here on a Friday, our final segment here. We're talking with Gail Hibbert out at the Expo Center and talking about all the opportunities that are out there, although she's done a great job in selling this and promoting it and filling it up so much of the time, but there's still some things available. And as she was saying earlier, if you need something, call and see if there's a way to work it out. She's been doing that. It's, I guess, sometimes a juggling act with you, isn't it?
Yes, no 2 days are the same, and there's lots of changes. That's kind of the operating motto is, just wait a few minutes, it will change.
Well, let's talk about, I don't know how big a staff you have, but I don't think it's all that big, and I think they do a great job in getting one set up and then torn down, if you will, and getting another set up. There's a lot of activity that goes on in between acts, as we might say.
That's exactly true. And just like with the Broadway stage, you're exactly right. There's a ton of work that goes on behind the scenes. And to be able to flip a room, which is what we call it, that the one event planner has their event and they get done, they move their stuff out, and then all of a sudden we're left with that blank canvas again, and we need to clean it and we need to get it ready for the next event planner. So flipping that room is very, very important, and you are absolutely correct. We do not have a huge staff. We've got an operations staff of 4, and they do a fabulous job. As a matter of fact, I couldn't do my work without them being able to do their work. So it's real important that we function as a team. And, and I couldn't do my work without the support of, the marketing and the assistant work that, our new staff member provides. So there's a total of 6 of us, and somehow we magically make it all happen. And there was a point in time in which we were down a couple people, and we still made it happen.
Yeah.
So I think that speaks to the testament of the teamwork and the commitment that we all share to do a great job for every event planner and do everything that we can to make their event as seamless and smooth as possible.
Well, you want to call any names or just let it go at that?
Well, absolutely. So there's myself and Phyllis that kind of works more on the end of the events and the planning and working with our event planners from the front end more, so to speak, and the marketing. And then the operations staff is Zendel and Brent and Angie and Mary. And like I said, I have great gratitude in my heart for everything that they do, all of them do, because that's what makes it possible for me to go out and promote and speak and book events and know with confidence we're going to be able to pull that off for that event planner.
Well, one of the Ag Center itself is humongous, really, a lot bigger now than it was when it started out. But of course, adding the Expo Center kind of changed things a little bit. But are you exclusively with the Expo Center, or I know sometimes people have that, and then they have maybe they take the whole place over. I'm just wondering how all that works.
Well, I am exclusively with the Expo. However, I work very closely with the Ag Center, and if I have an event planner that needs to spill their event over into the Ag grounds behind me, for whatever that is, whether it's part of it, all of it, then that's where I work with Quentin and his staff to make sure that we can accommodate that it's available. And then we coordinate to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the event planner together. So again, great teamwork in being able to make sure that we're helping each other, help our event planners be successful. So the Ag Centers is not mine. That's Quentin's domain, that's for sure. And the Expo is mine, but we do work together. So it's a great collaborative effort to make a bigger impact in what we're able to offer out there on the ground.
Well, I can certainly understand that there has to be, if you have a big event where both are used, there has to be quite a bit of cooperation and working together there. If it wasn't, if you're going in different directions, it would be chaos.
It would be utter chaos. I think probably the biggest challenge we have at times is parking. And, that's a good problem to have. I'd rather work through a parking issue than I would much rather work through a problem. So parking issues can be resolved, and sometimes you can plan around them, sometimes you can't, but you do everything that you can, and really just having a proactive attitude and a positive attitude as you work through those makes all the difference in the world. So, Quentin does a great job with that. Very much appreciate and enjoy working with him and his staff, and so just together, I think we pull off a great team.
All right, today is December the 3rd. What if somebody calls you and wants to hold some sort of event here, say, before Christmas? You have some space available, I take it, and it kind of depends on what it is, where they want it, all of that. Am I right?
That is correct. That's correct. This is the season for Christmas parties. So people are calling, definitely trying to see if we have room for them to be able to have a Christmas party. I can tell you that if it's on the weekend, unless it's this weekend, I don't have any weekends available at the expo. But during the week, I've got space available. And when somebody calls me, regardless of whether it's this month or any month, I'm going to ask them, how many people and what they're looking for and so forth. But the next thing I'm going to ask them to do is to come out and actually visit us, because sometimes people's perception of what amount of space they need is not correct. And they're surprised. It's like, oh, wait a minute, South Hall is perfectly adequate to do what we need to do. Or, no, I need more space. And so that's part of what we offer, is helping people work through to identify. We don't need them to rent more space than they need, but we're happy to offer them some guidance in what's the best way to approach that is. So we do have some space available in December, and then again throughout the rest of the year for next year we do as well. But you have to call me to basically understand what we actually have available.
Well, I take it that planning ahead, for the most part, includes being in a timely fashion, not waiting to the last minute. But every once in a while, somebody gets in a pinch, and and maybe you are able to help. But for the most part, you really need to. You don't need to wait to the 1st of December to have something in December, I would think, for the most part.
For the most part, that's correct. But then again, I just had a email this morning that had somebody had something planned for January, and he's wanting to move it back to December 16th. Like, okay, I can do that.
All right.
I just happen to be able to do that. So you never know. But then again, that's the fun part of the job. Is no 2 days are the same, and no 2 requests are ever the same.
Well, let me ask you this, Gail. Of course, we all know about COVID and the social distancing and all of this. How are you dealing with that now in the Expo Center?
Well, we still have our preferred mask policy on the door. It's an individual decision, and we let them make that decision. We prefer that. It's just obviously a safer option. But we do not mandate that. And then we let the event planner pretty much dictate what their guidelines are, because realistically, if they're renting the expo, they are the ones responsible for the activity of that time frame that they're there. And, some of them are a little bit more strict in their guidance. Some of that has to do with corporate guidance, and some of them they're being cautious. I wouldn't say they're disregarding any concerns, but they're being cautious, but they're not mandating stuff. Mm-hmm. So again, what I'm seeing industry-wide is things are kind of adjusting to the personal safety preference of the individual attending. If you feel more comfortable wearing a mask, by all means, wear a mask. No one's going to look twice about that. If you can't wear a mask, nobody's going to question you on that either. But that's the expo's perspective. That's not the event planner's perspective. So if the event planner has a corporate guidelines they need to follow, we will uphold that for them during that event.
Okay, let's look ahead. How long have you been in your position here?
Well, it feels like a lot longer than I actually have been. I started in May of 2020, right in the middle of COVID.
Okay.
And so a little over a year now.
All right, right. What's the future look like? You've got your feet wet, so to speak. Now, the future look great for the Expo Center and the Ward Ag Center.
Yes, definitely it does. For example, January through May, for the next 4 years, the main exhibit hall is booked every weekend except for Easter and Memorial Day weekend. That's huge. That anybody in any type of sales position will tell you it's called the pipeline. They'll tell you that you want to keep your pipeline full. Well, I don't seem to be having that problem of keeping my pipeline full. And because we definitely have ongoing. I also think that there's a credit to the fact that the way we worked with event planners through COVID bought us some allegiance with them because they appreciated the fact that we didn't just disregard their needs in the middle of a situation that they couldn't control. So I think that went a long way in being able to retain event planners as opposed to having to cultivate new ground, because you're always trying to cultivate new ground, but we were able to roll forward 78% of what had to be canceled during the middle of COVID. So that, I think, speaks well. But I have been booking in late 22, 23, and 24 for the past several months. So that pipeline is full, it's active. I have an ongoing list of people that have made inquiries about renting that in a what I would call a peak time for me. So if I have a cancellation, I should have no problem filling it because I've got this ongoing list.
Okay. All right. Well, we've come to the end of our time here this morning. It's nice to talk with you. Glad to get this good report, and certainly wish you well as you keep on keeping on. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much, Coleman. Happy holidays.
All right. Gail Hibbert with the Expo Center, and that's it for a Friday. Have a nice weekend. Until Monday, I wish you a fantastic day.